panelist is Mark Leach, Manager of Engineering with Metering Services at Georgia Power. Mark has spent his entire career in this area and can be considered quite an expert. Are they both on? That's some sort of machine to machine. Mark spent 12 years at Georgia Power early in his career in a number of roles and building his expertise. After that period, Mark went on to become an entrepreneur, starting 3 different companies, all of which were around the topic of AMI, automatic metering. He focused all of those in utility automation and metering. Mark returned back to Georgia Power 2 years ago and is now is in his current role where he's the lead engineer for all of the metering initiatives. Please join me in welcoming Mark Leach.
Thank you, George. I thought I'd get started tonight. Just share a little bit. I think everybody here is probably familiar with Southern Company, more specifically Georgia Power. The size of our company, Southern Company, creates some challenges itself when you talk about wireless connectivity. The company itself, we're made up of a number of subsidiaries. Of course, many of them you're familiar with: Alabama Power, Gulf Power, Mississippi Power, and of course Georgia Power, where I'm from. In addition to that, of course, we cover a large number of customers, 4.3 million customers, from the most rural, of course, to large metropolitan areas like Birmingham, Atlanta, Alabama. And of course, very large territory, 120,000 square miles, of course, large area. But if you talk about Georgia Power specifically, something I'm a little bit more knowledgeable of, and talk about metering, at Georgia Power today we have more than 2.4 million smart meters installed. And one of my fears coming tonight, I told some of the gentlemen earlier, one of my fears for coming tonight was hopes that there were no anti-smart meter folks in the audience, because that is something I hope to talk about a little bit later. We talk about all the advantages of wireless connectivity. There are some disadvantages that I'll be glad to share, and one, of course, is the anti-smart meter groups that are out there today. At Georgia Power, we have more than 250 towers across the state that supports our smart meter deployment. And by the way, on our smart meters, we're currently reading those meters. We're collecting hourly data. Our meters basically wake themselves up every 6 to 8 hours. They'll send back hourly data. Once again, one of the challenges we face is it's great that we're getting pseudo real-time data, but now what do we do with all that data? How do we host it? And of course, we classify meters in different categories. I talked about 2.4 million smart meters. We also have about 7,000 meters that we classify as SSA accounts, or special service accounts. At Georgia Power, I believe the statistics are about 20% of our customers represent 70% of our revenues. Very large customers, that requires a little added effort when it comes to metering. Now in order, instead of just getting a kilowatt hour reading or maybe a kW demand reading, we're also looking at power quality. And of course, with those 7,000 high-end meters, we're reading those with cellular communications, AT&T and Verizon. Many of you know that Southern Company, was a recipient of some of the Smart Grant award money back several years ago from the government. There were more than 10,000 line devices that we've automated in recent years. Obviously, millions of dollars spent there. And that, of course, includes capacitor banks, reclosures, breakers, a number of equipment along the line. So thank you for having me tonight. Look forward to sharing more as part of the panel.